Hi reception, Miss O'Kane here. So this week for maths, we're going to continue looking at the different ways of making numbers up to 5. Right then, so let's get this open. We've got a quick warm up for you. So I want you to have a look at the spots on the screen and I want you to see if you can tell how many spots are there just by looking, okay, and using your brain. So no counting this time, just look at the spots and see if you can tell me how many there are. Let's find out then. Did you see? How many spots do you think you saw? I'll pop it on one more time. How many spots do you think there were? You think there were 5 spots. Wow, you were right. I wonder though how you knew there were 5. How did you see 5? Maybe you saw 3 and 2 because 3 and 2 make 5. Or maybe you saw 2, 2 and 1 because 2, 2 and 1 also make 5. Right then, let's get started. I would like you to tell me what you can see. So there's a pond, there's a log, and there's some hills. Who do you think may live here? That's right, we have some frogs. How many frogs are in the pond? We have 1 in the pond, good counting. And how many frogs on the hill? 3 frogs on the hill. So how many all together? Can you do some careful counting? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 frogs all together. Well done. So we have 4 frogs. Right, now we're going to play a game with the frogs. So they're going to have a little run around, and when I say freeze, they're going to stop. But they might be in a different place. Right, off you go, and freeze. Right then, how many frogs are in the pond now? 2 frogs in the pond. How many on the log? 1 frog on the log. And how many on the grass? 1. That's right. We have 2 in the pond, 1 on the log, and 1 on the grass. 2 and 1 and another 1 makes 4. So we still have 4 frogs. Well done. Maybe you can get 3 cups, 3 plates, paper plates or plastic plates, or even just draw 3 circles on a bit of paper and then see if you can gather 4 things to count. So you might make your own counters, you might get some cubes or some cars or anything that you can count and see if you can share your counters out exactly like the frogs here. So share them into 3 separate piles. We have 2, 1 and 1. I wonder if you can do that, or you might want to draw it. Right then, let's look at another one. I'm going to tell the frogs, go. And freeze. However, where are they now? So how many frogs do we have in the pond now? We have 3 frogs in the pond. And how many on the log? 3 in the pond, and that's right, 1 on the log, because 3 and 1 make 4. We have 4 all together. I wonder if you can show that at home. You might want to do a number sentence, or again use 3 plates or draw it in 3 circles on your page. 3 and 1. How many frogs on the grass? 0 on the grass. 3 and 1 and 0 make 4 all together. That's right. So there are fewer frogs on the grass because there are 0. And there are fewer frogs on the log because there is only 1. But there are more frogs in the pond, isn't there? And 3 is more than 1. So there are more frogs in the pond. Right then. Are you ready, frogs? Go. Oh! What's happened now, children? That's right, we have 1 more frog has came to join the game. So now we have 5 frogs. That's right. 4 and 1 more is 5. Off they go. Freeze. So how many frogs do we have in the pond now? 1 in the pond. And how many on the logs? 2 frogs on the logs. And how many frogs on the grass? That's right, there's 2. So 1 in the pond, 2 on the logs, and 2 on the grass. And how many is that all together? That's right, there are 5 altogether. Right. Well done for joining in, children. You can do that at home. So at home, if you've got a piece of paper, so as I say, you can use 3 plates, paper plates, or 3 plastic plates, or you could draw 3 circles on your page, or you can draw the pond and the hill and the log at home. So you can have a go at drawing them and then have a go at making 5 or 4 or 3 in different ways. So at the moment, how many counters can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. So at the moment we have 5. We have how many in the pond? 1, 2, 3 in the pond. And we have 2 on the grass. Right, if we move them around, we can make 5 in a different way. So how many have we got now? How many on the log? How many in the pond? And how many in the grass? You can write it down. Okay, or you might want to take 2 away and use 3 and look at the different ways you can make up the number 3. So now we've only got 3. We've got how many in the pond? 1 in the pond, 1 on the log, and 1 on the grass. That's right. And if they move around, if they get jumbled up, we can see that now we have got 0 in the pond, 1 on the log, and 2 on the grass. So you can have a go at that at home, okay? Well done, children. Great listening today and great joining in. See you soon.